Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's been a bit difficult since I've had this garage built with work and everything else, but I am going to obviously start doing new stuff. But this is just a quick one with the emails that I've been getting, which I'll try and answer them all. And if people ask me, can I do stuff, then I'll try my best. This one, obviously through my Instagram, people knows that I've got these two Esabs, the 205 ACDC. Now obviously a few months ago, maybe a bit more, maybe 9 months ago or whatever, maybe more than that, I purchased the Parweld XTM211. In fact, it was over a year ago actually, because it was when they first come out, and I keep getting questions what's the differences between them. So I'm going to quickly go through the differences as quick as I can. So like I say, it won't be an unboxing because I don't believe in someone just lifting a welder out of a box. Yeah, anyone can do that. I'm going to run through what you get with the Esab, my opinion in the Esab, and then obviously I'm going to do exactly like a fillet weld like I did with the Parweld. But again, I'm not a professional welder, but you know what I mean, you can compare it with the Parweld one I did. So first of all, we'll very quickly go through the menu. So with the Esab, obviously you've got SMIG, whereas you've got Synergic on the Parweld. So we're going to SMIG. Obviously you pick your wire diameter and away you go really. Now you've got the wire, you've got choice of wire, then you've got your memories, 4 memories, back on that one, and then you've got your parameters, induction, 2T40, pulse-flow pre-flow, torch spool gun, and then you've got your spot timer. Pretty much that's it. Now again, jump on to everything's the same as normal MIG, but obviously you get your two, you know what I mean, your two settings here. Obviously we're going to parameters, exactly the same. Go back, oh, 150. Now on Esab as well, you've got some information. Oh, I'll go back on there. You've got your manual online. You've got your settings. Now, just a quick one: when if you decide to buy one of these, you've got basic and advanced. You've got to flick it to advanced, because if you don't, you get the basic. Not many settings at all. Metric, inch, depending on UK users, American users. Then obviously the TIG side of it, which that's the ACDC, which everyone raves about. You got your balance, you've got your main amps on the front. Again, you've got your memory parameters. So again, pulse flow, pre-flow, up slope, down slope. You've got your offset on this one. Now, I think, but basically what the offset is, because you can go like plus or minus. That will decide whether your weld will dig in or more lay on the surface. I mean, I've obviously not done aluminium with this, but that's pretty much what it's for. I think there's good demonstrations on YouTube how that works, but it's pretty much when you alter the offset, you'll see the art will go thinner and it will dig in a lot more than the other one. So go on, obviously your frequency. This particular model goes up to 400. Whether you want to need that, you know what I mean, pretty much won't. Usually 120 hertz, 4T2T, and then your foot pedal. And then just quickly, you'll notice these two's greyed out here, which is a bit of a ball ache actually, because they will only come active if you've got the pedal now. But what you can do on this machine is once you put the pedal, you can set a minimum amp. So if you have the pedal in but leave that box to the torch, you can use the pedal as a switch, and then you can use it up slope, down slope. If you choose the pedal, then your up slope, down slope become greyed out, because obviously your pedal uses a job and it becomes a variable. Now the Parweld, you can't do that. As soon as you plug the pedal in, it's not a switch, whether you like it or not. It's variable, and sometimes I do like a switch. But pretty much, I think the only differences as well, I think on the Parweld, you've got the Synergic settings with TIG, which to be fair are quite, you know what I mean, are quite good, to be fair. Bit of a leeway each way. And that is pretty much, I won't go through stick, DC, check polarity, obviously your main amps there, that's your pulse on and off. Now also the Esab doesn't do AC pulse, so whether it'll be a software issue later on where they can upload something, not so sure, but currently as it stands, but I've never used AC pulse anyway, but the Esab doesn't do AC pulse, whereas I'm sure the Parweld does, and certainly the Jasix in my early review kind of does. To answer the questions saying, oh my god, you got Esabs again, instead of Jasix, and obviously if you noticed my Jasix video, I had a Esab 215 it was, which was an absolute nightmare, and basically I think it was down to be fair, is where I purchased it from, which I've kind of learned over the years that your backup is as much important, really, you know what I mean, as a quality welder. As you know, these days majority of the stuff are made in China. We can't get away from that, you know what I mean, but obviously they've given us an opportunity to own these machines where, do you know what I mean, if they were English made, there'd be thousands and thousands, because of obviously the cost of living and stuff. So we have to thank China for that. However, the downside is if, for example, COVID, pandemic, different things, then obviously they can't make stuff. And I think the problem with that was there were short microprocessors, I think. So to be fair to Esab on that one, which is 215, was a night. I'll be honest with you, it was a nightmare. However, would I have another one? Probably, yeah. Knowing where obviously I can buy these from, the agents near me, I can drop it off, which a lot better service. And then I'm going on the other flip side. Is I wanted to, before I bought these, I wanted obviously to go and upgrade the Jasix, I think it's Evo 20s model. Customer service not great, which was surprising really. God knows how many phone calls asking when that model comes out, how much it is, and I mean I think they released it in March and we're now in nearly November and I'm still waiting for a phone back. Do you know what I mean? Which for me is poor. So if I'm waiting for I just don't get, I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? I've asked and I did have a lot of welders off them as well. However, they just still don't know how much they are, what they're going to release. So I bought these instead. The guy promised me if these go faulty, they'll let me one when they go in. So I can't, you know what I mean? I can't argue with that. They each do a job. So when people ask me why I've got two, because sometimes one will go in the car and I want to leave one here. Secondly, one of them is set up for TIG only and one of them is for MIG, because as you know I mainly try and make these CNC tables, and when I'm on my own it's a lot, with MIG is easier to tack, but obviously the welding is done with the TIG and it's just, for me it is more cost effective, it's quicker, I have the chance of getting them not at a full whack price, so you know what I mean, why not? And then I'll just touch on these connections here, because I don't want to spanner it in and I use the CK torches. I just make these little adapters. So example as well, because obviously I'm on Etsy and stuff, if people order I don't want to let them down, so if this one does go faulty I can quickly flip the torch over here. I can still get the jobs out, but they're the adapters, and that is obviously how I wire my CK torch. And then what I do is make this little foot pedal up here, and I just have a switch on the floor. The pedal's not here, the pedals are Dad's. So because I most of the stuff, unless I'm doing aluminium, don't really need the pedal. I'm not a mega fan. The other things as well, plus and minus, to be fair, is when you purchase the Esab, because it's a dual, you get two outlets, but they only give you one gas pipe, which is really bizarre. Parweld give you both. So again, Parweld heads up on that one. Your TIG torch that you get with the Esab is quite decent. Nice torch. Maybe on par with Parweld's, but again, Parweld's is a really nice torch you get. Now I can certainly tell you on the MIG, the Parweld's hands down a better torch for me, because I end up swapping these out for a Parker. I've not done it yet, this one's just obviously for tacking, but again, I think the consumables I think are better on the Parweld, but again that's my opinion. Build quality wise, the Esab hands down, feels a solid lump, feels well made. so you can't really argue with that. Again, Parweld's not so bad, but again, the screen, when you hit the Parweld, it kind of bends in a little bit, and you can just generally see the build quality is not up to it. However, this one's near enough well, it is more than twice the cost of the Parweld, so perhaps why, so you can't knock it. And then when you've looked at my video on the Parweld, brilliant machine, and I still have it, and it's still at Dad's, so they're really good. That's pretty much it on the Esab. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just go set up like we did before, and I'm just going to do a quick fillet, so you can obviously see what a fillet weld turns out like, and you compare it with my previous video on the Parwelds. So both very good machines. You can, you know, I mean, you can vote which one you want really. One costs a lot more money, but I do think the Esab's a better machine. But obviously, let you know what I mean, let you guys choose. Any questions about them, you know what I mean, please, you know what I mean, drop us a message, and I'll try and answer them the best I can. So just one sec, let us get set up, and I'll do a couple of welds. Alright guys, we're back on my little table. Just a quick one. As you guys know, I kind of practice on the thin stuff, which is like 1.5, I think it's 1.5 mil, 1.4 mil. I think if you can weld on that, you can weld on the thick stuff. Don't tend to use much thick stuff here, and it's the way it is. So we'll do like a small fillet weld. You can see the finishing weld. What I do know with this particular welder is on the TIG mode. A lot of people said to me, oh, it's because it's a 4-in-1, it's like jack of all trades, king of none. I disagree with that one, actually, on this one. I mean, the 215 was, I think it was lift TIG and blah blah blah. Now, obviously, I mean, a lot of my channels I've deleted instead to get on YouTube, but the JASICs, EWMs and stuff like that I've obviously run through here, this 205 ACDC from Esab, it's more like a dedicated TIG. So it's more like a dedicated TIG machine with a built-in MIG, where the 215 for me was a built-in MIG with like just an added TIG. So this thing welds as good as all my individual TIG machines that I've had, and that's from Esab, Lincoln. In fact, you've not seen the Lincoln aspect one actually. I couldn't really do one, to be fair, because when I started the video, it went bang after about 8 minutes on the Lincoln aspect, believe it or not. So I finished up, couldn't do one on the, I couldn't do one. But compared to the JASICs and the Parwelds, like I said, this acts for me a bit more of a bit better dedicated TIG. So let's show you what these are like. So guys, what I'll do, I'm not going to cheat or anything like that. Like I said, I'll show you the weld that I've done. Don't get me wrong, this is not a welding video yet. Some of you can obviously weld better than I can, but obviously some of you won't weld as good as I can. Yeah, and it's not a competition. It's just basically you can compare this weld straight off the back of the Parweld. So without cheating, I'll just put the camera around, and then you're gonna see what it's like. So that's the weld, which it's nice. It's really smooth, and don't forget, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a pro. Yeah, I TIG a little bit, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people better than me at the thin stuff, but I'm happy I like TIG. So that's, you can click on the link before on the Parweld, and you can compare the weld I've done with the Parweld to this one. And this one is set on 66 amps with a 1.2 filler rod with 1.5. Now it welds a little bit better on hot. You see, generally speaking, I put it on 85 amp because I like to move a bit quicker. This, obviously, for the video, I just wanted to take my time a little bit, make sure I didn't dip and look a fool, because I don't want to keep editing it. I just don't believe in the editing. It's the videos are as they come. So that's it, guys. Thanks, obviously. Thanks for watching. Any questions about the Esab 205, please do ask. If you want me to do anything with them, or anything, again, please ask. Now, obviously, moving forward, as you know, I've got a few horseshoe projects there, but that's my main thing with the plasmas. Now, again, I'll be making, coming up to Christmas, I'll be making hopefully some cool Christmas ornaments. I've just got to get my busy spell, you know what I mean, out of the way at work, and I can concentrate on this, because everything that you see in this shed here, yeah, is nothing to do with work. I don't use my wages to pay for any of this stuff. I literally started with a stick welder and an angle grinder. That was it. And then from there, I've obviously improved stuff, you know what I mean. I get offers to do stuff, and it's literally built from scratch. So as long as it pays for itself, you know what I mean, I'm happy to do stuff. So I'll be doing more on the CNC stuff pretty much next, because that's what I enjoy doing. But this is to answer all the questions regarding the Esab 205, my honest opinion with it, and do you know what I mean, obviously what you get with it. So for me at the moment, it's I love it. It's too smooth as a TIG welder, but that's, you know what I mean, that's my opinion. So that's it, guys. Any questions, drop in the comments, anything like that. Honestly, please do follow me on Instagram, because if you do follow me on Instagram and you do CNC stuff, everything that you see that's on there that I cut, yeah, I will send you the free. If you want to try anything that I've cut, I'm not selfish. I don't charge money. Everything's supposed to be, you know what I mean, this time with the cost of living and everything else, you know what I mean, I'll dish stuff for free. So if you want to try anything that's listed on my Insta, I will happily email the files, not a problem. But you've got to be a follower on my Insta. So be back hopefully shorter for the next vid. Cheers, guys, and thanks for watching.